Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Leigh Librarian, and today I wanted to share with you some of my most popular STEAM items that I use in my Makerspace in my library. And what Makerspace, if you don't know what Makerspace is, it is where students come into the library, and I have centers all around the library that all have to do with the STEM movement. And if you're here thinking, what's STEM or what's STEAM? Then let me tell you, STEM, the letters of STEM stand for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And the letters in STEAM stand for science, technology, engineering, art and design, and mathematics. And so this Makerspace has been such a huge hit in our library over the last several years. And there's really a huge movement of it going across the country. Lots of studies are coming out that say that a lot of the future jobs that maybe haven't even been created yet, but that kids these age will have when they grow up, will be in STEM areas. So STEM and STEAM are really important areas to get your kids playing in and thinking about and working in, even when they're playing with what they think are toys. There are tons of STEM and STEAM items out there that you can give your kids. They think they're just playing, but they're actually learning, problem solving, and developing those critical thinking skills that we want. So what I wanted to do was to share with you just some of the most popular STEM Makerspace items that we use at my school. And hopefully this will help you during the holidays with any gift giving that you want to do for kids of really any age. But I am going to share with you the ages that I suggest these items for, because some of them are for all ages and some are for certain age areas. Before I get started, I want to encourage you to hit the like button below, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time I post a video. And I am going to, in the description box below, I'm going to give you links so you can purchase any of these items and maybe a little bit more information about each one. But I'll list everything below in the description box along with links of where you can find them. All right, number one of my most popular items is this. This is a Dash robot. Now, Dash can also come, there are tons of other accessories you can get with Dash. Dash is good for all ages, I would say. There's several different free apps that you can get that go with Dash. And through Dash, you can learn all kinds of things like coding and spatial awareness, and that they're just gonna think they're having fun getting this robot to move around. They can record their voice and it can come through the actual robot. They can code their robot to launch balls and try to hit a target. It's just so much fun. But this is an awesome idea, and this is the Dash robot. All right, the next thing I want to share with you is this next robot. It's a round ball and it's called Sphero. Sphero, I highly suggest you get some kind of cover to go with it, because that helps protect it, because it can get hurt easily, especially if you take it off, if you do it on high jumps or jump it on a ramp and it does quite a fall, it can get hurt. But there are free apps you can download for this. You can do coding, you can do challenges, lots of programs. It's such a big hit in our school, and this is good for absolutely all ages. The next thing I wanted to share with you are these robots, and these cube robots are called Cubelets. They're magnetic robots. As you can see, they'll click right together. And the different colors of the robots mean different things. There are these dark gray ones, and this is the one that you would plug in, and it's the battery, okay? It's the one that you have to have on something to give it power. Your black cubes are going to be your input. So this is how the robot is taking in information. This one just happens to be a knob, but there's several that, depending on the brightness within the room, or depending on how close something is to it, depending on noise, things like that. And then these kind of clearish ones are your outputs. So this one has wheels, so it's a drive. So if it senses something with the black cubes, it will drive. And this one is another output, and it is a little light. So if it senses something, it will give off light depending on how it senses it. These are such a huge hit. You're able to do them with absolutely every age. All the kids at my school absolutely love doing these because they can either just put them together and play with them, or you can look online. So there's tons of challenges you can do, such as build a flashlight that automatically turns on when the lights go out, and things like that. So this is an awesome gift for all ages. The next thing I want to share with you is another really, really cool item. This has to be used with some kind of tablet. It can either be used with an iPad or with a Kindle Fire tablet. And you have to have a base, but this is called Osmo, as you can see right there. Now, Osmo, like I said, has to be used with a tablet of some sort, but then there are other parts that you have to get with it. There's different games, but all these different games, they interact with something that is physical and tangible that the kids can do. And then it shows up and interacts with things that are within the apps that are absolutely free. So there's all kinds of things you can learn. There's so many different games. You can do coding, you can do math, you can do like a hangman type of things with different words. It teaches you lots about spatial awareness, art, everything. So this is a wonderful idea. You can look online. I'll put plenty of links below, but you can look online and get there's different packs that for different ages, but Osmo is absolutely good for all ages. The next thing I want to share with you is, I don't have the whole thing right here, but I want to tell you about this. This is called Stikbot Studio. Now, Stikbot Studio has an absolutely free app. You actually don't have to buy anything for this if you don't want to. You could use things around your house. Your kids could make figurines out of clay. They could use Lego figurines and things like that. But Stikbot Studio is, first you want to download the app, and then you can either use a green screen, and you can use just a simple cloth, a green cloth, or use a green poster board. And using the green screen, you can create your own stop motion animation. So like I said, you can do this with any kind of figurine you want, whether it be Lego or something you made out of clay or Play-Doh, or Stikbot actually has its own little figurines that you can purchase, and they have these little suction cups on them, and that helps them stick to the Stikbot Studio board that you can purchase. But it's very, very inexpensive and doable. This is a great gift. I would suggest it for ages 7 and higher. Generally, you don't want to go below 7, because if you get too young below that, they're going to get frustrated with it. So Stikbot is another great idea. All right, the next item I want to share with you is a newbie to my Makerspace, but it is a favorite. I would recommend this one for 8 years old and older, just because it does have a really strong heating element that we don't want anyone to get injured on. Now, this is a 3D magic pen. I will link below this exact one, but there are several different types you can do. But it usually has a cord that gives it its power, and it heats up, and then this part gets really, really hot. And then you have this plastic filament, and it's basically like a long roll of long, thin plastic that you put in there, and it heats it up, and then you write with it. Now you can do this. I like to do it on pieces of cardboard, especially if you're doing more of a 2D creation, but children can work their way up from 2D into the 3D, because 3D does take a lot more control with the pen. It takes more patience and a lot more thinking with it. But like, this is the box that it came in, and it says that you can do this. I still can't do that, but maybe you can. The next thing I want to share with you is Keva Planks. Now, Keva Planks are awesome. They're basically just these pieces of wood that are all the same size. And it comes with a booklet that has tons of ideas and different structures and suggestions for different engineering ideas that the students can make with Keva Planks. And this is just such a wonderful idea. It gets, I mean, kids still love playing with blocks, and that's basically what this is. But they can create ramps, they do all kinds of engineering feats. It's awesome. This is appropriate for absolutely all ages, and you can get different sizes. I'll link it all below, but Keva Planks is great. Another great center in our Makerspace are these. Now, these particular ones are called PowerClix. There's many different types, and I'll link them several different types below. But basically, they're these magnetic shapes with really strong magnets in the corners so that they will stick together. I love these because the magnets are really well encased in the plastic so that there's no chance of, you know, anyone accidentally swallowing it. And then it also, the kids get to become artists with this. They get to become engineers and build structures and bridges and things like that. But it also just really helps them with their spatial awareness. And I would suggest this item for probably ages 8 and younger. Any higher than that, and they're going to get bored with it quickly, and it may not be worth the money. But for the younger kiddos, this is a great activity. All right, the next center in Makerspace that has been a big hit over the years is SnapCircuits. Now, this is just one kit that you can get from SnapCircuits. This is my son's kit, actually, and this is what helped me know about this, is he got it for a birthday gift at one of his birthday parties. And then I added a larger kit of this into our Makerspace at school, and this is such a big hit. You have all these different pieces that snap onto this clear base down here. You do have to have some batteries in it, but it comes with booklets with all kinds of different projects that you can do. I mean, a few weeks ago, some 5th graders were working on something, and I didn't even know that this could do it. But 5th graders with the SnapCircuits built a radio that played a song over my AM radio in the library. And it just blew me away that it could do that, because I didn't even know that this kit could do that. But this is such a neat kit. I would recommend this kit for ages 8 and above because it is kind of challenging. And this teaches all kinds of things about circuits, engineering, following directions, problem solving, you name it, this teaches it. It's awesome. All right, something else that has been a huge hit in Makerspace and is pretty much a throwback to my childhood is weaving looms. This is very popular with girls mostly, but a lot of boys like this too. These are very inexpensive. This is a very plastic frame, and these loops you can even get, these cloth loops, you can even get refill packs of them at craft stores. But this is such a neat activity. I would suggest for ages 8 or 9 and above, any younger than that, and it will just be frustrating. This teaches a lot about art and design and following directions and problem solving. And then at the end of it, they have a cool craft that they can either give away or keep. Another really cool game that my students just love is a Melissa and Doug game called Suspend. Now, this game, you have this device, you have some pieces of wood and some metal rods that stick in it, but this is the very top piece, if you can see that there. And then you have all these other different pieces that have different colors on them, and the different colors mean they are different shapes and have a different number of notches on them, but you take turns putting those on there and trying to balance them and not be the one to make them all fall. And it comes with a dice with different colors on it, and you can play. There are many different ways to play this game, but this is such a fun game. It's good for all ages. It teaches engineering and science and physics within it, but it's also just good fun. Another awesome robot to teach STEM concepts is this. This is BeeBot. Now, this is a little robot, and all the controls are here on the top. You can see it has buttons that tell it which way to go and everything. And this teaches very early coding skills. This is awesome for probably an 8 or 9-year-old or younger. Sometimes older kids can like it, but younger than 8 or 9 are really, really going to love this, especially like 5, 6, 7 years old are going to really enjoy this. Now this, you can code to make it go wherever you want. And basically they're just coding through pressing the different buttons on top and telling it how many steps to take in whichever direction. But this is a wonderful coding robot. It is much loved in my makerspace. Other STEM toys that you may already have and not realize are within the STEM movement are Legos, Connects, even Lincoln Logs, because those teach about engineering. So like I said, I will link everything below. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Hopefully it's given you some ideas for some STEM toys and gift ideas that children are just going to love. They're just going to love playing with these toys, but they're also going to be learning throughout it. Like I said, links are below. And thanks for joining me. I hope you'll come back again. Bye.